Alright, so he comes tomorrow to pick up the car. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and get it washed because it is kind of dirty. It has been sitting here for about, I would say about 2-3 weeks now. So it has collected a little bit of dirt and dust. So let's go ahead and head to the car wash and get it clean. What is up, Mottwire fam? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. For those of you that don't know, my name is Antonio Mottwire and I own a 2018 BMW M3, and I used to own, after today, a 2017 BMW 340i. So what I mean by that is, yes, the day has finally come. Someone will be picking up the 340i today, and I will no longer have it in my possession. So obviously there's a couple of reasons why I can't keep the 340, but the biggest one being I cannot afford both the 340 and the M3. For those of you that have been following the channel, you'll know that I haven't had the 340 for that long, about 2.5 years. So yes, I do still owe money on it. Therefore, I do have a monthly payment on it, as well as a monthly payment on the M3. So obviously it's a great car. I would love to keep the 340. I made a lot of memories in this car. I pretty much built that car full bolt-on from the ground up, pure 800 turbo, drag radials, the whole 9 yards. If you guys aren't familiar with anything I'm talking about right now, I'll go ahead and link a couple of videos throughout this video so you guys can see the 340 build. But today it is going to a lucky new owner, so let's get one last startup before we go meet up with him. So pretty much the new owner is flying in from Arizona. I'm gonna be meeting him at the airport with the 340. So that way he doesn't have to Uber to my house, do the exchange here, and then get on the road. He can literally get off the plane, pick up his new car, and be on the road back to Arizona. I will have a GoPro strapped to my head so I can just get a few more clips of the 340. Obviously we're not gonna be doing any crazy pulls because the car really isn't even mine anymore. But I did want to just kind of savor this moment just because, like I said, me and the 340 have a lot of history and I'm gonna miss it a lot. Definitely still has some pickup to it. So we're actually meeting Jackson in the parking garage, short-term parking. We're heading through downtown Las Vegas right now, but we'll be there soon. And he already landed. He actually landed a little earlier than expected, but that's okay. We just made it here, so we should be pulling up on him pretty soon. Alright, so he's in short-term parking, but obviously there's like multiple floors. So I'm about to head over to the elevators and meet him. Where are you at right now? Awesome, man.
What's up?
Yeah.
How
What's
you
up,
doing,
man?
bro?
Nice
Jackson.
to meet you, Antonio.
Nice to meet you, bro.
Yeah, man, but there she is.
That's it, dude. Dude, that's clean.
Yeah, man, go ahead and take a look at it, man.
Yeah,
Go ahead and take a look. Oh,
nice. You definitely cleaned her, huh?
I did, man. This is my baby, man, for the longest time. All right, first startup. All right, put it in sport real quick. Sport plus.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, appreciate it.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, you too,
for
brother.
sure. Like I said, reach out if you need anything, man. I'm always here, man.
Will do.
Damn. And there she goes, fellas. She sounds so good. Well, there it is, y'all. I guess off to bigger and better things. End of a chapter, not the end of the story. This is just the beginning. So it is kind of sad though. Bittersweet moment for sure.
Dad, you buy the car?
No, I didn't buy the car. I sold the car. Alright, so back in the garage. Very sad. Definitely hard to let go of the 340, but I know it's going to a great home. I know he's going to take great care of it. But just like everything, all good things have to come to an end sooner or later. But on to bigger and better things. like this thing right here. That's exactly why we have a mod for it right now. So in my previous video, we actually lowered the F80, and don't get me wrong, it looked super good, but it was still missing that perfect fitment. So I went ahead and got some 15mm spacers all around. So we're gonna go ahead and install those real quick and see how big of a difference it makes. So just for a progress check, this is how it is now, how it sits. You can see it's not super flush. And this is the rear. This one looks like it might sit a little more flush than the front. Still room for improvement, as you guys can see right there. Alright, y'all, I just got done putting the spacers on. Didn't feel the need to record all that. Pretty self-explanatory. Take off the wheel, put the spacer on, put the wheel back on. Most important thing is just make sure after you put the spacer on, you're using the new extended lugs instead of your old lug nuts. But let's go ahead and check it out. So it did definitely make the wheel flush to the fender. You guys can see straight from the front. You can kind of see the tire poke just a little bit, and it is completely flush. And then same type of deal back here. This is like from the top angle, almost completely flush. As you can see from here, almost completely flush with the fender, is almost perfect. And I've only done this side over here. I haven't even touched that side. So just for some comparison from a side angle, as you can see, pretty flush. And now this is the other side, haven't touched. Wheel gap in the front. And as you get closer to the rear, you can definitely see that space right there in the rear. I'm actually dropping off the F80 to get ceramic coated today. So with that being said, there are a few parts that I've had sitting in this garage waiting to be put on the car. So I'm gonna go ahead and put those on before I drop the car off, because it just makes sense to put on the exterior mods before getting it ceramic coated. So that way when I do get it ceramic coated, all of the mods get ceramic coated with it. So this PSM style trunk lip has been sitting in this garage literally since I took it off the 340, which was about 2-3 months ago. And not too long ago, I did finally get the paint match reflectors. The orange reflectors on the F80 are hideous. A lot of my pictures that I post on Instagram would look so much better if it didn't have that bright orange reflector on the front bumper. So two very simple mods that are gonna make a huge difference. So I'm gonna go ahead and get them on there. All right, so when I snap my fingers, this is gonna be paint matched. 1, 2, 3. Dang, look at that. That thing disappeared. But once again, a very simple mod that makes a huge difference. Very simple. If you guys need a DIY or a step-by-step, I did this a long time ago when I first started YouTube on the 428i. The OGs remember. Photos for Instagram, just that orange reflector on such a clean car stands out and is very distracting.
One eternity later.
All right, so I actually picked up the car today after it got ceramic coated. So let me just show you guys real quick how shiny this thing is. It was always nice after I washed my car, the gloss on this thing. But after it's been ceramic coated, this thing just shines completely different. So I actually didn't have time the other day to put the spoiler on the F80 just because there was a time crunch between me trying to put everything on and me actually going to my appointment. But they were nice enough to go ahead and still ceramic coat the carbon fiber spoiler that I had for the car. So that way when I do put it on, that part will also already be ceramic coated. But if any of you guys are Las Vegas locals or just in the area, hit them up. I'll go ahead and leave their Instagram right here, but Platinum Detailing Las Vegas, they did a phenomenal job and they have very fair prices as well. I know ceramic coating can be super expensive, so definitely hit them up if you're in the area. I do have to wait a few days to take the car out because it is raining here in Vegas. With Hurricane Hillary going about in California, it has been raining here a lot in Vegas. So I do have to wait a few days before I can take her out. So when I'm able to take her out, I'll go ahead and get a nice little cinematic video so you guys can see it ceramic coated. But just like that, that wraps up today's video. If you guys aren't already subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing if you guys want to follow along with the F80 build. I have a lot more planned for it in the future. If you guys like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It helps me out tremendously with the algorithm and getting this video out to other people. And as always, Matwire fam, remember your goals and don't stop until you reach them. Peace.